the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears as Fairmont plays at home against the Lincoln Cougars. The Cougars come to town with a record of 6-7. It's a Big Ten Conference game tonight from the Fairmont Senior Fieldhouse here in Fairmont. And that's all coming up next. We'll check in with the head coach of the Lincoln Cougars, Jordan Toth. We can get a scouting report on Lincoln. That's all coming up next. Fairmont Senior and Lincoln on 93.1 WFGM.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment Champion Mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup.
House tonight, the Polar Bears and the Lincoln Cougars. Hi, I'm Jeff Carpenter, ready to bring you the story tonight as the Polar Bears try to make it 11 in a row. And if you go back to last season, Fairmont's on a 15-game winning streak because, remember, they won the state championship and prior to that had won 4 additional games. So Fairmont comes in tonight with a record of 10-0 overall, 8-0 in conference play, and the Cougars have a record of 6-7, 4-4 in the Big Ten. The last time out for Lincoln, it was just a couple of nights ago. Disappointing loss at Liberty. They lost 56-46. The Mountaineers were on a hot night and took advantage of some good shooting to beat Lincoln. And prior to that, a 3-point loss to South Harrison. Their last victory was against Philip Barber, 52-36. Prior to that, maybe one of their best games of the season, they went into overtime against East Fairmont but lost by a 10-point margin, or 11.65-54. I checked in with Lincoln head coach Jordan Toth before the game tonight to get an idea of exactly what we can expect to see tonight from his Lincoln team.
Very hard. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We play very hard. Trying to get smarter right now. Trying to get more consistent offensively. So I mean, we've had some peaks. We've had a couple little. In a good position to be able to be successful with how hard we compete. We just got to get a little smarter the rest of the season.
One of your most impressive games of the season was a game you didn't win, but it was the East Fairmont game that went into overtime. It was right after East and West had played, and the Polar Bears struggled to beat the Bees. Tell me about that game and what did you do so well in that one?
I thought we just came out and we were very confident. You know, we expected good things to happen. We did a good job on par all night, limiting his touches and his points because, you know, he really makes them go. We broke the pressure, and then in the half court, we just executed. And, you know, there was a point in that game to where I think we were down 12 in the third quarter. You know, we could have very easily got beat, but we came back and ended up tying at the end of the third quarter and put ourselves in a position with the ball to win in regulation. So it's just a part of the growth process, honestly, with a young team. They put themselves in a position to win. We didn't get it done, but I thought we grew up a lot that night.
Tell me what your thoughts are about this Fairmont team you faced tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're year in, year out, one of the best teams in the state. They're extremely athletic. Got 2 all-state players to start for them. Got a great bench that they bring off and play, and they perform their roles very well. So, it's a huge challenge no matter who plays them every night. It's a huge challenge. I think we have to be smart offensively, and I think they get going when you take bad shots and it gets them out in transition and then they're shooting layups. We got to be very smart offensively, take good shots, be methodical about what we're doing, and then defensively we got to get back in transition, stop the ball, and then just protect the paint and try to get the first rebound.
That's Jordan Toth, the head coach of the Lincoln Cougars, whose team matches up with the Polar Bears here this evening at the Fairmont Fieldhouse. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Lincoln Cougars, starting in the backcourt will be David Burdett, a 5'9", 170-pound junior. He is their leading scorer. Also in the backcourt will be junior Braden Edgell, 5'11", 157. Noah Sears, who's the team's leading rebounder, also in the starting lineup, a junior at 6'2", 157. Jace Brooks, good scorer for Lincoln, 6'1", 165, a senior. And Aiden Rice, sophomore, 6'2", 170 pounds. Cougars coached by Jordan Toth. He's in his 10th season at Lincoln, and he has never beaten Fairmont Senior. Polar Bears being introduced now. Starters for Fairmont, Connor Gower, a senior, 6'1", 175. Connor is the Polar Bears' best three-point shooter this season. He's hit 3. Also in the backcourt for the Polar Bears will be Latique Williams. He's a senior at 6'1", 165. Andre Grant, a junior, 5'11", 165. And Zykeas Dobbs, who leads the team in scoring at 6'4", 194, a senior. Dobbs averages 23 points and 6 rebounds. And then down inside, it's Deshaun Good, who leads the team in rebounding. He averages a double-double. He averages 19.5 points a game and 10.5 rebounds a game. Dobbs is coming off his best game of the season. He scored 31 points in the game a couple of nights ago in Kingwood against Preston. He made 14 of 16 shots from the floor. And he shot 2 3-pointers, which were just his 5th and 6th three-point attempts of the season. He's typically not a three-point shooter for the Polar Bears. So jumping center, it'll be Good going up for Fairmont Senior. Rice for the Cougars, and Good gets that tip, and Fairmont has the basketball. The Polar Bears in the white uniforms, Lincoln Cougars in the black. Lincoln starts out in the zone, and Fairmont has the ball outside now. Gower over to Grant. In the corner to Williams. He'll fire a 3 from there. It's off the back of the rim. The rebound tipped by Dobbs. Inside to Good, and Good will lay it up and score. And whistle on the inbounds pass, and a foul is called against the Polar Bears. Zykeas Dobbs, that will be his first. So Good getting a quick basket, and Dobbs getting a quick foul. And Zykeas does not play in foul trouble very often for Fairmont, even though he has his first within the first 30 seconds of this game. In the front court with it is Burdett. Grant is guarding him. Burdett back outside. That's Brooks with the ball. Over to Edgell on the right wing, and Edgell is guarded by Dobbs. Makes a move to the paint and then gets it back outside. Sears with it now. Right corner to Edgell, a high arching 3, and it is good. Edgell gets a 3-point basket. Inside, Good. Back to Gower, and Gower called for traveling. So the Polar Bears turn it over. First turnover of the game, and the Cougars will have the basketball now with a 3-2 lead. Fairmont in full court pressure, man-to-man. And the ball comes into Edgell. Edgell will bring it up against Dobbs. Across the center line. One hands it over on the right wing to Burdett. Burdett plays with long sleeves under his jersey. And so does Edgell, and he has the ball now. Penetrates against Dobbs, puts it up off the bottom of the glass, no good, and out of bounds to the Polar Bears. So Fairmont gets the ball, 6:35 to go, first quarter. And the Cougars have a 3-2 lead. This is Dobbs out on the right wing to Williams. Down in the left corner to Gower. Gower likes to shoot beyond the three-point line. Comes in the right corner to Grant for a three-point shot. It's good. Grant gets the basket. Williams the assist, and Fairmont has a 5-3 lead. Cougars with the ball. Edgel against pressure from Dobbs. Dribbling it out on the right wing, getting a 5 count, but gets rid of it. Sears passes on the left wing to Burdette against Grant. Holds the ball up, now needs help. Grant trying to tie him up. Ball comes back outside now to Brooks. Brooks, high, top of the key, high pass inside, deflected out of bounds by Good, and out of bounds to the Cougars. They'll have it out under their basket. And it will be Noah Sears to toss it in. Sears lobs it out on the left wing. And that's Brooks with it. Brooks bounces it down low. Rice against Grant. Turnaround shot is good from the left corner. Aiden Rice, just a sophomore, ties the game at 5. Fairmont with it in the front court now. Down inside to Good. Back to the basket. Now turns, lays it up, and banks it in. Deshaun Good with 2 baskets. Fairmont has a 7-5 lead. Here are the Cougars now in the front court. Deep left corner, Brooks for an open 3. Air ball, rebound Good for the Polar Bears. Back the other way from left to right. It's Grant down the far side into the lane. Right wing Gower, open 3-point shot off the back of the rim. Williams with a rebound. He tries to follow, and a whistle and traveling called on Latique Williams. Turnover number 2 for the Polar Bears. This is not a team that typically turns the ball over very often. They average only 14 a game. And their opponents, or they average 9 a game rather, their opponents average 17. Brooks with the ball at the top of the key against Gower. Makes a move past him down the lane, and he misses the shot, and the rebound comes to Gower. Outlet to Good. He gets it to Grant. Back to Good. Top of the key, Dobbs. Dobbs makes a penetration move inside in front of the basket, and as he goes for the shot, a foul is called against Lincoln. And it'll be a 2-shot opportunity coming up for the Polar Bears. Zykeas Dobbs. Edgel gets the foul. That's the first team foul against the Cougars. And Dobbs on the season, shooting 70% at the foul line now. He's made 32 of 46. He spends a lot of time at the line. First one is good. First point of the night for Dobbs. Career high 31. He's reached that twice, and the most recent time was the last game 2 games ago. Second shot is off the front of the rim, and the Cougars have the rebound. Brooks gets it out of there. Across the center line now, Edgel against Dobbs. Getting a 5 count. Dobbs stabs at the ball. Now it comes to Brooks. Brooks down left corner, short corner to Rice. Can't get a shot off against Good and lobs it back outside. That's Sears with it now. Sears backs in. Right wing, a 3-point shot, air ball. And the rebound comes down to Gower. Gower bounce pass to Good. He drives inside. Tried to slam it, but he was too far away from the basket, and he misses the layup. And down with it comes Edgel. Edgel double teamed and steps on the sidelines, and the Polar Bears get the ball back. So Fairmont with the ball. 3:41 to go. First quarter. It's the Polar Bears 8, the Lincoln Cougars 5. The last time Lincoln beat the Polar Bears, that was December 16th of 2003. Right corner, Gower gets it down low, short corner to Good. Cross court, left wing, Grant. His inside pass deflected. Williams tries to get it. Gets the loose ball under the basket. Back outside to Gower. Gower in the lane to Good. Good spins to the basket. Puts it up, blocked, and a whistle, and a foul is called. Aiden Rice can't believe the call. He thought he had a clean block against the 6'9" Deshaun Good. First foul on Rice. Second on the Cougars, and Good at the line. 59% foul shooter this season. Shooting 2. Gets that one to roll in. And Good has 5 points tonight to lead Fairmont's scoring. He'll shoot one more. with the score now 9-5. Fairmont on top. JV game tonight won by the Polar Bears 62-32, and the second shot rattles in for good. And Fairmont has doubled up the Cougars. It's 10-5, and the ball in the backcourt, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be out of bounds to the Cougars. Sears to bring it in. Gets it in the backcourt to Burdett. Burdett against Grant. Bringing it up himself, and he's doubled across the center line. The pass taken nicely by Rice in front of the basket, and he scores. Aiden Rice, nice catch and a nice move to the basket. 10-7 Fairmont leads. Grant, top of the key, good. Wide open three, rolls off the rim, and the rebound pulled down by the Cougars. Out of there with it, Rice, and he gets it over and out of Sears. He'll bring it up. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. The Polar Bears by 3. Brooks on the left wing, beyond the three-point line. Over it comes to Burdett, down in the right corner to Brooks. Drives in, misses the shot, but gets his own rebound. Takes it out in the left corner, and as he does, he steps on the baseline, and the Polar Bears get it on Lincoln's second turnover. Julio Law checks into the Polar Bear lineup, and out of the lineup comes Connor Gower. 2:36 left in the first quarter, and Fairmont with the ball now, and Dobbs will dribble it up across the center line. Cougars in his zone, and in the left corner, the ball comes to Grant. Grant bounces it down low to Good. Good. Back to Williams, open but doesn't take the three. Right wing Law. Bounce pass to Good. Now down low to Dobbs. Double teamed. Needs help. Gets it back outside to Law. Left wing Grant. Stops from 17 and scores. Andre Grant gets the basket for the Polar Bears. His second, has 5 points, and Fairmont has a 12-7 lead at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Cougars with the ball. Sears against Williams. Gives up the dribble. Cross court on the near side to Brooks. Brooks against Law. Gets around him, but then is double teamed. Gets help. Comes back outside to Edgell. Edgell moves in against Dobbs. Spins to the basket. Puts it up off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by Dobbs. Zykeas in the front court for the Polar Bears with a right-hand dribble. Right wing Law. Wide open three. And it is good. Jaleel Law gets the three-pointer for the Polar Bears, his 5th of the season, and Fairmont now has a 14-7 lead. Ball knocked away by Williams, picked up by Good, and a foul is against Lincoln. That last shot by Jaleel Law was called a 2, not a 3. So it is 14-7. Polar Bears on top. And the Polar Bears have the ball. Inside 1 minute to go. Dobbs gets it down the baseline. Stops from 12. His shot partially blocked. Rebound pulled down by the Cougars. Coming back this way, Noah Sears. Underhands it to Burdett. Down to the baseline. Backs in against Grant. Leans in. Now falls away. Misses the shot. And Good has the rebound. Up court from left to right for the Polar Bears. Good. Stops now. Passes it to Dobbs. He drives in. Back out it comes to Grant for a 17-foot shot. It's good. Andre Grant has 7 points tonight. Fairmont leads it 16-7. Inside 26 seconds left here in the first quarter. Sears bounces it on the left wing to Brooks. He throws it away. Good with a steal. He's driving for the basket, and he misses the layup. Rebound pulled down by the Cougars. Into the front court, Burdett. Into the lane. The bounce pass in the deep left corner. Ball taken by Edgell. Left wing Brooks for a three. No good. 4 seconds to go. Outlet comes to Grant, and Grant gets the ball down to Good, and a whistle and a foul is called against the Cougars, and it goes against Jace Brooks, his first. 1.5 seconds to go. And Fairmont has the ball out of bounds in its front court in front of the Cougar bench. Dobbs to bring it in. Dobbs in the deep corner to Grant. 3-point shot is partially blocked, and that's the end of the first quarter. From the Fairmont Fieldhouse after 1, it's the Fairmont Polar Bears 16, the Lincoln Cougars 7 on 93.1 WFGM. In the books from the Fairmont Fieldhouse, the Polar Bears with a 9-point lead. It's 16-7, leading the way for Fairmont in the first quarter. Andre Grant with 7, Deshaun Good with 6, and for Lincoln, Aiden Rice has 4, Braden Edgell has 3. Fairmont's lineup to start the second quarter. Law still in there, along with Grant, Dobbs, Williams, and Good for the Cougars. It's Sears, Edgell, Burdett, Hostetler, and Riley Lanham in the game now. So Hostetler and Lanham inserted into the lineup for the Cougars. So we start the second quarter. Outside with it, Edgell against Grant. Deep right corner three by Burdett is no good, but the Cougars secure the offensive rebound. Ball comes back outside now to Edgell. He'll take a high arching three and hits off the glass, no good. But right there for the follow-up is Riley Lanham. And the Polar Bears lead it 16-9. Grant, left corner, Dobbs cutting for the basket. He spins, feeds it to Williams right in front. He puts it up in traffic and scores. Latique Williams gets the basket from Dobbs. Fairmont 18, Lincoln 9. Bears drop back in a zone. And outside with it is Edgell. The Cougars seeing this for the first time tonight. Edgell bounces it on the left wing to Lanham. Lanham around a pick to the top of the key. Moves in from 17. Shoots no good. Rebound fight inside. And a whistle and a foul called against the Polar Bears. And it's going to be Zykeus Dobbs getting his second foul. He has the only fouls the Polar Bears have. So that's the second team foul. Law and Grant come out. Butler and Gower come in at the 6:50 mark of the first quarter. Lincoln with the ball. Out of bounds, under the basket. Burdett gets the inbounds pass out on the right wing. Outside in the 2-3, it's Gower and Butler for the Polar Bears. Lanham now gets it. Back outside to Edgell. Inside in the middle for the Polar Bears, and the 2-3 is good. Flanked by Dobbs on one side and Williams on the other. Dobbs gets a steal. Dobbs to the basket. Puts it up from the right side and banks it in. Dobbs gets the basket, and a timeout called by the Cougars. Timeout Lincoln with 6:18 to go in the second quarter from Fairmont. It's the Polar Bears 20, the Lincoln Cougars 9 on 93.1 WFGM. Biggest lead of the night. It's 11 points, 20-9, and the Cougars will have the basketball under the Fairmont basket baseline area. Fairmont senior in full court pressure. Sears gets it into Edgell. Edgell double teamed in the backcourt. Now he gets it back to Sears. Sears against Dobbs. Drives into the front court. Back out top of the key to Edgell. Edgell's pass almost over the head of Burdett, but he maintains possession out on the left wing. Now Sears will drop it off to Edgell, setting things up for the Cougars. Polar Bears back now man-to-man. Left wing, Burdett looks in. Back outside to Hostetler against Dobbs. Now to the high post it comes to Sears. Turnaround shot from 17, no good. And the rebound tracked down by the freshman Butler. Right wing Williams down to the baseline now. In trouble, back out it comes to Butler. Deep right corner to Williams and poked away by Lanham out to the Polar Bears. Fairmont will have the ball out of bounds. Sidelines, front court in front of the Lincoln bench with 5:27 on the clock. We're in the second quarter, and the Polar Bears up by 11. Dobbs to Gower. Gower open but doesn't take that three. Right corner to Dobbs. Penetrates for the basket. Scoops it up. A left-handed misses. Rebound to Dobbs under the basket. He puts it up in traffic and takes a shot to the head, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul goes against Noah Sears, his first. And Dobbs will shoot 2 free throws, 1 for 2 tonight. First one is up, and it is good. Dobbs with 4 points. Cumberledge replaces Good for the Polar Bears. Trey Cumberledge, a sophomore, 6'3", 175. 5:18 on the clock at that sub. And the second shot spins out, and the rebound comes down to the Cougars. Sears. He'll bring it up himself against Williams. Left corner, Lanham. Hostetler gets it, and he underhands it. It comes to Sears at the top of the key, and Williams challenging him, but not close enough to get a 5 count. Now the behind-the-back dribble takes him to the top of the key, and Edgell gets it back, and he dribbles along the three-point line to the right wing, now all the way into the right corner, turns to the basket, leans in, puts it up, and scores. Edgell has his first 2-pointer. He has 5 points. Fairmont 21, and the Cougars 11. Gower, right wing, Dobbs penetrates to the basket. A floater from the right side. Nothing but net. Dobbs has 6, and it's Fairmont 23, Lincoln 11. Burdett with it on the wing. That's the freshman Butler guarding him. And he drops it off to Hostetler. Back now to Sears. Sears to Edgell. Edgell against Dobbs. Zykeas playing with 2 fouls. He has to be a little careful. Now Hostetler trying to get a shot off inside, and his pass is knocked out of bounds by Butler, out of bounds to the Cougars. Midway through the second quarter, Deshaun Good checks back in at the 4-minute mark. Williams will take a seat. Also, Andre Grant comes in, and Butler heads to the bench for the Polar Bears. And the Cougars make a change as well. Nathan Swiger will replace Noah Sears. Inbounds comes to Burdett. He gets it back to Edgell. Burdett being guarded right now by Deshaun Good at 5'6'9" against Burdett 5'9". Offensive foul called against the Cougars. That was Riley Lanham picking up the foul, and the Polar Bears get the ball back. 3:50 to go, second quarter. Fairmont 23, Lincoln 11. The Bears led 16-7 after 1 quarter. Grant on the right wing in the right corner. Cumberledge back out to Dobbs. Dobbs makes a move down inside, spins to the basket, back to Gower. Wide open 3-point shot. It is good. Gower gets his first 3 of the night. Dobbs the assist. Timeout Lincoln. 3:31 left until halftime. The score, Fairmont Senior 26, Lincoln 11 on 93.1 WFGM. This is a 1 minute or 60.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
.3:31 to go in the second quarter. The Cougars have the ball, and the Polar Bears are on defense now as Lincoln brings it up from right to left into the front court. It's Edgell. And he passes over to Swiger. Back outside to Hostetler. His bounce pass knocked down, stolen by Good. Gets it to Dobbs. Dobbs for the basket from the right side. Slips and falls down, and he's called for traveling. His feet went right out from under him as he went for the basket. And he gets up. He's okay. Trying to take care of a little problem on the floor now. Obviously a wet spot because Dobbs as he tried to go to the basket and come to a stop. He didn't stop. His feet went out from under him, and turnover gives the ball back to the Cougars, and the officials are looking for a towel now. Mentioned earlier, this is the Polar Bears' chance for their 11th straight win of the season. It would be 16 in a row if you go back to last year. And it's interesting, Fairmont's last loss was at home against Notre Dame. And just 2 games before that was another loss at home against Grafton. Those 2 teams were both in Fairmont Senior section last year. And Grafton is again this year, but that was kind of scary knowing that they might play one of those 2 teams in the opening game. You know, you lose the opening game of that section and you're done. Didn't happen, and the Polar Bears won the state title. Lincoln with the ball. There's Burdett to the foul line. His shot blocked by Dobbs. Dobbs has the rebound, takes it back from left to right. Lead pass to Good. He lays it up left-handed and scores. Good. Another assist for Dobbs. And the Polar Bears have a 17-point lead. It's 28-11, and the Cougars' Edgel gets it up court. Hands it off to Burdett. Double team pressure. Left corner Edgel. Hard pass inside. Deflected, but controlled by the Cougars' Swiger. Back out it comes to Edgel. 2:26 to go. The Cougars only scored 4 points here in the second quarter. Edgel drives in against Good. Tough matchup there, and he has to get it back outside to Brooks. Brooks to the top of the key. Pass, his dribble is intercepted, and it's Grant driving for the layup, and he puts it in. Grant steals the ball away on the dribble from the Cougars, and Fairmont has a 30-11 lead at the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. Pass comes inside to Edgel, and Edgel fouled from behind by Trey Cumberledge, and he'll pick up his first foul. Cumberledge, very athletic, 6'3" sophomore. He comes to the sidelines, and Latique Williams comes back in. 1:53 on the clock. Lincoln's ball under its basket. Edgel. Nothing in close, and a timeout called by the Cougars. Timeout Lincoln. 1:47 to go here in the second quarter. The score, the Fairmont Polar Bears 30, the Lincoln Cougars 11 on 93.1 WFGM. Polar Bears leading the Lincoln Cougars 30-11. And Lincoln will have the ball out of bounds under its basket. They're putting 7 additional seconds on. The clock reads 1:44. The clock operator forgot to stop it, so 7 extra seconds, and Paul Ayers, the official, waiting for there. Now it says 1:51, and we're ready to go. The other officials are Eric Hayhurst and Bobby Clifton. Here's Edgel to get it in. Deep right corner it comes to Brooks for a 3, and he's got it. Jace Brooks hits the 3. 30-14. Grant in the front court. Outside, and he is fouled. Foul inside called against Edgel. That will be his second. And it's a 1-and-1 now for the Polar Bears, Andre Grant. Grant shooting 62% at the foul line this season, 10 of 16, but he's had a good first half. He has 9 points, averages 10, so you can see he's having an above-average game. He's been a very consistent scorer for Fairmont Senior this season. First free throw in the 1-and-1 is good. So he's now in double figures and has reached his per-game average. And Dobbs will take a seat with 1:43 to go. brings those 2 fouls to the bench with him. And Grant will shoot one more. Grant plays in the shadows offensively of Good and Dobbs, and he doesn't really have to worry about point production with those 2 guys ahead of you. Second one is good, and Fairmont leads 32-14. Dobbs averages 23, Good averages 14, so production between the 2 of them over 40 points. Cougars with the ball now. Edgel guarded closely by Grant, passes back to the center line. That's Burdett with it. Back now it comes to Perrine, who's checked in for the Cougars. He's driving in against Gower. Gower blocks his shot and will have a held ball called. Alternate possession gives it to Fairmont. So Connor Gower with a nice defensive play, and he'll bring the ball in from under the basket. Clock down to a minute 20. Fairmont with an 18-point lead at 32-14. As a team, the Polar Bears average 74 points a game, their opponents 40. Law left corner to Gower. Gower back outside to Law. Right wing Williams. Back to Law inside a minute to go now, and Gower gets it on the left wing. Top of the key, Law, right wing Williams. Cross court, left wing Gower. Over to Law, back to Gower. Fakes the 3. Passes under the basket to Law, but he can't get a shot off inside. Down low to Good with 40 seconds to go. Left wing Gower, wide open 3, and it is good. Gower gets the 3. The Polar Bears lead at 35-14. Out on the right wing with it is Sears. Noah Sears with the ball. He's backing in against Good. Then he passes over to Burdett. And Burdett gets it back outside to Brooks. Brooks one dribble and then has to get it on the left wing to Sears with 15 seconds to go. Over to Burdett against Law. Back now to Edgel. The ball poked away by Grant. Edgel gets it back. 8 seconds on the clock. Checks the scoreboard up on the wall ahead of him. Now makes a crossover move with 2 seconds to go. Drops it down low to Burdett nicely for the basket at the buzzer, and it is good. David Burdett gets his first field goal as time runs out at the end of the first half. From the Fairmont Senior Fieldhouse, the score at halftime. The Fairmont Polar Bears 35 and the Lincoln Cougars 16. The halftime report coming up next on 93.1 WFGM. The Polar Bears and the Lincoln Cougars, two members of the Big Ten Conference, they play just one time a season anymore. And In fact, you take a look at this matchup. Fairmont's won 10 straight against Lincoln, but there was a stretch of time when these two teams didn't play. So the last time Lincoln beat the Polar Bears was actually almost 20 years ago in 2003, December 16th. So there was a stretch where they didn't play, and now since it's been playing one game a season, the Polar Bears have won 10 consecutive games, and that means that Jordan Toth, who's in his 10th season as head coach of the Cougars, has not beaten the Polar Bears during his tenure at Lincoln. The Cougars came into this game at 6-7, 4-4 in the conference, and the Polar Bears came in at 10-0. The first half has seen pretty much typical Polar Bear first half, where you have a variety of potential players leading the way, and at halftime, Andre Grant is that player. That's typically how it starts, and then in the second half, the big scorers, that's Good and Dobbs, take over a little, and they get close to their 19 and 23 point per game averages. But Good and Dobbs have been solid in the first half. They just don't have as many points as Grant. Fairmont opened up a 16-7 lead after the first quarter ended, and the second quarter, the Polar Bears just extended it to 19 points at 35-16. Let's take a look at what's coming up next for both of these teams. For the Polar Bears, another home game comes up on Tuesday night. The Grafton Bearcats will be in town, and following that, the much-anticipated game on the road at Shady Spring. That will be a 2 o'clock game Saturday afternoon. So Fairmont has two games next week, but it's not the regular Tuesday-Thursday setup. Fairmont will play Tuesday and Saturday. That will be Grafton here at home and Shady Spring on the road. And for the Lincoln Cougars, the Cougars will be playing North Marion at home and RCB at home as well. And when we come back, I've got a special halftime. Finished his first season of college football. He's going to join me when the halftime show continues. The score is Fairmont Senior 35, Lincoln 16 on 93.1 WFGM.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
City National Bank, where you can purchase or refinance your home with the no down payment champion mortgage. No down payment, no private mortgage insurance, no kidding. Visit your local branch to get started today. City National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. To learn more, log on to mortgage.bankatcity.com.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable
time here at the Fairmont Senior Fieldhouse, and it's a good halftime for me because I've got one of my all-time favorite players beside me here, Eric Smith, who was an outstanding football player and basketball player for the Polar Bears, but took his football skills to Miami University. And your first season in the books as a freshman, tell me what it was like at Miami.
It was definitely completely different from high school. More schedule based, and you have to work hard every single play because you're working for a spot at this point. And I mean, it definitely helps you get a lot better and everything like that. So this whole first season, it was a good change for me.
How about that bowl game? You had a chance to be on a team that went to a bowl game, and not only that, you go to the Bahamas for a bowl game. I'd say that's a pretty good first season.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, just to have the chance to go to the Bahamas, and we were able to make it, and we got to stay in Atlantis. We got to do all the water slides and everything. It was great just hanging out with all the linemen and all the other players on the beach, just having a fun time.
Tell me about your teammates. How have you fit in with them off the field?
Well, off the field, in college, there's not a lot to really do after practice. So usually every single day you're always with another teammate, just having fun all the time. It could even be like watching TV. We're usually always eating with each other. It's like a whole other family outside of the stadium.
When you played in high school, you're like the biggest guy on either team, but now it's a little bit different. Tell me what it's like with other big guys.
It's definitely a change not being the biggest person anymore, but there were some players that were taller than me and everything, and they definitely got me by weight for sure, but it's a good change. I like being with people my size.
You seem to be really happy with the decision you made to go there.
Yeah, I'm really happy with my decision. I love all the coaches, and then I love all the teammates I have. You know, I've made a lot of bonds with them already. Like, they're my ride or dies, you know, and everything I just love it down there, yeah.
Tell me about the potential you see for yourself as a player there.
So this year I redshirted because of my injury and everything, but whenever I was working on my craft down there, I've definitely gotten a lot better since high school. And this year we could see anything like maybe getting some playing time. Who knows? Because like I've been doing pretty good on scout, going against first team D all the time.
Well, not only were you one of my all-time favorite players, but you've been a Fairmont favorite as well, and you've certainly represented the school really well. We're so excited that you had this opportunity and that things are going so well for you. And thanks for coming over at halftime.
Yeah, thank you.
Eric Smith of the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears, after his first collegiate football season at Miami University of Ohio, and had quite a year and got a big future ahead of him. And the future ahead of us is the second half of this basketball game, and that's coming up next here on 93.1 WFGM.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Here at the Cracker Barrel, home-style food and great value go hand in hand, with favorites like slow-simmered chicken and dumplings starting at $7.99, or perfectly golden fluffy buttermilk pancakes with your own bottle of warm syrup. Come fill up on favorites without emptying your wallet. Cracker Barrel. Take care now.
It's time for the second half from the Fairmont Fieldhouse. The Polar Bears with a 35-16 lead, leading the way. Andre Grant with 11. Dobbs 7. Gower 6 for the Polar Bears, and leading the way for the Cougars, Edgel with 5. And Lincoln has the basketball to start the second half. Edgel has it outside. He's guarded by Andre Grant. Now Brooks will take it back to the center circle as the Cougars try to cut into a 19-point Polar Bear lead. Trouble for Brooks as he's getting heavy pressure and gets it back outside now to Edgel, almost at the center line. Against Grant. And a little hand check foul called against the Polar Bear junior, Andre Grant. First team foul of the second half. Neither team in serious foul trouble. The Polar Bears' Zykeus Dobbs does have 2, so he has to be just a little careful. For Lincoln, Edgel also has 2. Rice with the ball outside, hands it off. Noah Sears gets it. Over now for a three-point shot by Brooks, no good, and it's good with a rebound. Off on the left wing to Dobbs, into the paint, lays it up and banks it in good. Dobbs so good down inside. He has 9 points for the Polar Bears, and Fairmont has a 21-point lead. It's 37-16. Bounce pass comes to Burdett. Burdett against Dobbs, can't get a shot off. Left corner, Rice. Rice drives down inside. He's got Dobbs on him now, and he bounces it back outside to Edgel. Edgel against Grant. Crosses over. And as he tries to make a move inside, there's a foul called against the Polar Bears. Grant. And Andre gets his second foul. Back-to-back fouls for Grant. And Lincoln gets it out under its basket. Edgell having trouble finding somebody to pass it to. Now finds Sears at the top of the key. Good comes out to meet him. Sears bounces it over to Brooks. Brooks too far out to shoot. Now moves in a little closer. Gower guarding him. Brooks pulls up from 17 feet out, shoots short, and Good secures the rebound. Gets it to Gower. Fairmont has the basketball in the front court now. Gower, right wing Good. He's open. He shoots a three from there off the back of the rim. Rebound pops out long, and it's controlled by Sears, and Lincoln has it. Sears drives down inside against Good, takes him to the basket, then has his shot blocked by Good, and Good has the rebound. Outlet to Gower. Gower on the left wing. It's Dobbs cutting to the basket, and the shot falls off the rim, no good, and Edgell has the rebound. The Cougars have the ball in the front court now. Edgell at the top of the key, guarded by Grant. Slows down, takes it into the right corner. Now gives up the dribble and needs help. Bounce pass down low, comes to Rice. Rice leans in, lays it up, and scores with a left-hand shot. Rice hits it, 37-18 in the front court. Grant goes down the baseline. 5-foot runner is good. Andre Grant with his 13th point. Fairmont has a 39-18 lead. 5:12 to go here in quarter number 3. Here's Edgell with the ball out on the right wing. Edgell backs up. Bounces it over to Burdett. Burdett down low. His shot blocked from behind by Dobbs. Dobbs gets the rebound. Outlet comes to Gower. He drives for the layup from the right side and lays it in. Gower has his 8th point and a timeout called. We have an injured Lincoln player, Aiden Rice, shaken up on the play. Rice limping to the sidelines. His coach, Jordan Toth, comes out to take a look at him, and we have a timeout on the floor. 4:44 to go here in the third quarter. They're going to call them back out onto the floor, so we'll not get a timeout break. So coming into the game, replacing Rice is Lance Hostetler, a 6'1 senior. The Cougars with the ball. Lincoln in the black uniforms, Fairmont in the home whites. And Lincoln brings it up court. With outside is Noah Sears. Bounce pass comes to Hostetler. He passes down under the basket. It's batted away by Williams. Fairmont has it. Lead pass to Gower, but he can't catch up to that one. It goes out of bounds, and it belongs to the Cougars. So Lincoln gets the ball, trailing 41-18. It's the biggest Fairmont lead of the night. Edgell on the left wing. Stops from 16 and scores. That's Braden Edgell getting his 7th point of the night. And the lead is 41-20. Gower, deep right corner, 3-point shot. It's good. Connor Gower has his 3rd three of the night. And a timeout called by the Polar Bears. 4:09 to go here in the third quarter. It's Fairmont 44, Lincoln 20 on 93.1 WFGM. Good. Back out, trying to get it to Grant in the corner. It's knocked out to the Polar Bears. And it will be brought in play from the corner along the baseline. And Connor Gower will bring it in. Gower looks in, gets it to Dobbs. He shovels it back to Gower. Over now to Williams. Back to Connor Gower, who will dribble to the top of the key. Tries to hook it inside, and it's stolen away by the Cougars. That's Noah Sears with a steal, and he brings it up himself. Underhands it back outside to Brooks. Brooks around the screen, and an illegal one by Sears. You could see him. He moved in on the screen instead of standing still, and he gets called for the personal. That'll be his second foul. And the ball belongs to the Polar Bears in the backcourt. Here's Dobbs up court from right to left. Dobbs back to Grant. Grant 16 feet out. He shoots off the rim, no good. And the rebound knocked around out of bounds, but out to the Cougars. So Lincoln will get the ball out. Trailing 44-20. JV game tonight won by the Polar Bears by 30, 62-32. Sears gets it into Burdett. Into the front court now. Burdett drives in towards the basket, and a blocking foul called against Grant. And he will pick up his third foul, all three fouls here in the third quarter. And Jules Butler is ready to check in for Andre Grant. Not a shooting foul. 3:13 to go at the substitution, and Lincoln with the ball out under its basket. Edgel gets it in the deep left corner. Brooks drives down inside against Gower. Can't get a shot off the ball. Poked away. Stolen. Good has it. Good to Dobbs. Dobbs drives all the way for the layup. Gets it back to Good. He banks it in. Deshaun Good has 10 points, and the Polar Bears lead at 46-20. Sears in the front court. He's double teamed and passes back outside to Edgel. Edgel too far out to shoot. Now, well, I guess not. Launches a long three, no good. And Butler gets the rebound, knocked out of his hands. He gets it back. Over to Williams across the center line from right to left. Now he drives down inside and brings it back out. Now goes back in, gets it back out to Gower. On the left wing to Butler. Butler, who loves the three-point shot, passes top of the key to Gower. Back to Butler on the left wing. High post, Good. Drives down inside against pressure, has the ball knocked out of his hands and out to Fairmont under the basket. Nick Keller is coming into the lineup for the Cougars, coming in for Jace Brooks. Fairmont's ball, and Gower gets it in the deep left corner. There's Butler for a three, off the back of the rim, and the rebound controlled by the Cougars. Out of there with it is Burdett. He races into the front court for the basket, tries to avoid a charge, misses the shot, and the rebound pulled down by Good. Good to Dobbs, and Zyke is called for traveling. It was the Polar Bears had the numbers. He was thinking about throwing it on the left wing to Gower, and then Gower was covered up, and Dobbs had nothing else to do, and he took an extra step. In it comes to Burdett. Burdett gets it up. Edgel, who drives down inside for the layup, and he puts it in nicely. Nice move by Braden Edgel. He's got 9 points, and the Cougars trail 46-22. Here's Williams in the left corner for the Polar Bears. Back out to Dobbs. Dobbs drives in against his man and gets it back to Williams, who also penetrates into the lane. Banks it in nicely right-handed and scores. Latique Williams has 4 points, and Fairmont leads it 48-22 in the final couple of minutes of the third quarter. Hostetler has the ball outside for the Cougars. Gets it to Sears. Back now to Keller. Keller bounces it over to Edgel. Edgel against Dobbs. Over now to Burdett at the top of the key. Burdett fakes a move, then stops. Now dribbles into the left corner. Now jump stop. Now a fadeaway shot. No good. And Gower gets the rebound to Dobbs. Dobbs into the front court. Passes to Butler. Butler in the left corner. Shovels it back to Good. He'll take a three from there. Off the rim. Tipped by Williams. No good. And the rebound comes down to Edgel. Edgel will bring it up court. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Edgel against Good. Into the right corner. Now leans in, and he scoops one up underhanded. No good. Good gets the rebound, and the ball comes into the hands of Butler. Butler throws it away. Right in between Williams and Gower, and you're not sure which guy actually the pass was intended for. I don't think Good or I don't think Gower or Williams knows, as the ball went right between them, and it's out to the Cougars with 36 seconds to go, and the Polar Bears on top 48-22. This is Edgel with the ball at the center circle. Now he dribbles down to the right wing. Getting a 5 count and holds up on the dribble. Tries to lob one inside, and it's stolen away by Williams, and he is promptly fouled under the basket by Aiden Rice. And Rice will get his second foul. Not a shooting situation. The ball will be out of bounds to the Polar Bears. That's just the second team foul against Lincoln. Williams inbounds to Dobbs. Dobbs will dribble up with 15 seconds to go. Dobbs against Keller. We're down to 10. Hooks it over to Gower. Gower on the left wing, penetrates. Right wing, Butler. Butler moves closer, back to Gower. He'll take that three-point shot. It spins out. Good, can't get the rebound in time. That's the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters from the Fairmont Fieldhouse, the score, the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears 48 and the Lincoln Cougars 22. Fourth quarter coming up next on 93.1 WFGM. Coming down to the final 8 minutes of this game from the Fairmont Fieldhouse. Polar Bears with the ball and a big lead. 48-22. Dobbs across the center line. Drives into the paint. Feeds it nicely to Good under the basket, and he lays it in. Good gets his 12th point. Dobbs another assist, and Fairmont has a 50-22 lead. Cougars have a pass overplayed by Deshaun Good. He's going to drive down inside for the slam dunk, and he dunks it over Rice, and he puts it in. And a foul is called on Aiden Rice. Rice comes away with a smile on his face. Has a one-handed slam dunk by Deshaun Good. I mean, you don't get the chance to have that happen to you in high school very often. And Rice was trying to defend it. But when you're a 6'2 sophomore going up against a 6'9 senior, it's a tough task. And Good came away the winner on that matchup, and he'll go to the line looking for the three-point play. Deshaun Good, 2 for 2 from the foul line tonight. 14 points. That's 5 below his average. He'll try to make it 4 below with a free throw here. This is the first foul shot by either team here in the second half. Free throw is up, and it's no good, and the rebound pulled down by the Cougars, and the buzzer went off. Wasn't supposed to happen that way, but the Polar Bears will make a substitution now as Good comes out with a sore left elbow, and in comes Trey Cumberledge with 7:32 to go. So, Cougars with the basketball. Edgel with it outside. Law, Grant, Dobbs, Gower, and Cumberledge in there for Fairmont Senior. This is Edgel trying to work himself a shot. Backs up now beyond the three-point line. Now into the corner to the baseline. Spins down inside, and a foul called against Fairmont. It'll be a 2-shot opportunity coming for the Cougars. The foul called against Fairmont Seniors Connor Gower. His first foul. Braden Edgel has 9 points tonight. This will be his first trip to the line, and he's the leading scorer for Lincoln. Foul shot off the front of the rim, no good. Subs coming in for the Polar Bears. Good comes right back in. Gower comes out. And Nayland Chandra making his first appearance of the night. Law comes out. 7:07 to go in the fourth quarter. And Edgeo will shoot the second of 2 free throws. And this one's off the back of the rim. Cumberledge rebounds and gets it to Dobbs. Dobbs in the front court. Crosses over down inside. Now brings it back into the left corner, back to Grant. Grant drives to the basket. Right corner, Cumberledge. High arching three. It is good. Cumberledge gets the 3-point basket. And for Trey, that's his 4th of the season. Fairmont leads 55-22. He's just a sophomore. Keller with the ball for the Cougars. Now gives up the dribble. Chandra on him. Back it comes to Noah Sears. Sears against Grant. Drives down inside and gets it in the left corner. Comes to Swiger, tries to get himself in for a shot, rolls it off the rim, no good. And the rebound controlled by Rice. He misses the shot, and the rebound pulled down by Cumberledge. Cumberledge gets it off to Dobbs. Dobbs, front court, left corner to Grant. Grant looks inside, goes down the baseline, stops from 7, shoots short, rebound, good. Good under the basket from the left side, lays it up and puts it in. Sometimes it looks so easy for Deshaun Good. He has 8 points in the second half, 16 in the game. And the Polar Bears have a 57-22 lead. Swiger with the ball for the Cougars. That's Cumberledge guarding him. Passes in the right corner to Keller. Keller, the smallest player on the floor right now, brings it back outside. Chandra, the junior, guards him. Keller tries to take it down inside. Can't get a shot off. Now the ball given to Noah Sears, and he'll bring it back outside. Back to Swiger. This is Edgel with it now into the right corner. Edgel drives under the basket. The deep left corner there is a 17-foot shot. It's good by Noah Sears. And Fairmont leads at 57-24. 5:10 to go in the game. Grant, cross court, left corner, Cumberledge. Wide open for a 3-point shot. It spins out, and the rebound good, and he banks it in. Good, has 8 points in the fourth quarter. Fairmont leads 59-24. Less than 5 minutes to go in the game. Keller for the Cougars. Bounces it to Swiger. Swiger against Cumberledge. Gives up the dribble. Lob pass left wing. Taken by Edgel. Edgel decides to shoot that one, and it's high off the rim, and the rebound knocked around, but Swiger gets it under the basket. He turns, he shoots, and scores. Nathan Swiger gets his first basket. Fairmont leads 59-26. Good top of the key. Back to Grant. Grant drives through the lane, feeds it over to Cumberledge, top of the key, Chandra. He'll take a 3-point shot. It is good. Nayland Chandra hits the 3-point basket, his 3rd of the season. And Fairmont leads at 62-26. 4:09 to go in the game. Outside with it is Edgel against Dobbs. We're worried about foul trouble for Dobbs early. He hasn't picked up his 3rd foul since he picked up 2 in the first quarter. Left wing with the ball is Edgel. His tough shot is good from 16 feet out. And the Polar Bears lead at 62-28. 3:45 to go. Dobbs into the front court. Quickly into the lane. A runner in front of the basket is good. Dobbs gets in double figures. He has 11, averages 22. And here are the Cougars now in the front court. Edgel drives down inside. Tries to get a shot off against Dobbs. He does, but he misses everything. And the rebound knocked around and controlled by Swiger for the Cougars. He drives inside, and as he goes for the shot, a whistle and a foul is called. It'll go against the Polar Bears, Trey Cumberledge. At second. And going to the line now will be Nathan Swiger. He has 1 basket, 2 points, and he'll shoot 2. Swiger's right-hand free throw is up, and it is good. That is just the 3rd foul shot for Lincoln. Lincoln didn't have a free throw in the first 3 quarters of this game. Out comes Dobbs. Grant, good. Into the game. Kidd, Claybrook, and Gilmore for the Polar Bears. Second free throw is off the left side of the rim, and Kidd tries to track it down, but he's stepping on the baseline, so it's out of bounds to the Lincoln Cougars. Lanham comes back into the game. He'll replace Swiger for Lincoln. 3:21 left. Fairmont up big, 64-29. Cougars, Lanham. One dribble, gets it back to Keller. Keller against Chandra. Hands it off to Edgell. Edgell guarded by Darrell Claybrook. He's just a freshman. And he spins his way inside, gets a shot. Nice move, but misses. And the rebound comes down to Edgell again. Edgell turns, shoots, and this one rolls in. Didn't give up. Braden Edgell has 8 points in the second half, 13 in the game. Fairmont up 64-31. Gilmore, top of the key. Left wing to Claybrook. Back to Chandra. Right wing, Cumberledge. Back to Gilmore, left corner, Claybrook for a three-point shot. It's good. Another freshman for the Polar Bears. Darrell Claybrook hits the three-point basket. Claybrook now has 4 3-pointers. He's made 4 of 6 this season. Into the front court. Edgell drives to the basket but misses the shot. Rebound knocked around, and out of there with it for the Polar Bears is Cumberledge, and he's fouled. Foul goes against Braden Edgell, his third. Fairmont leads 67-31. As a team, the Polar Bears averaged 74 points, so they're getting close, and they give up an average of 40. Quickly, Cumberledge gets it up, left corner to Chandra. Chandra bounces it to Gilmore. Right corner, Cumberledge, another three from there off the back of the rim, but Kidd has the rebound. Kidd goes for the follow-up shot, and he is fouled. Personal foul against Antoine Hilliard. And Lane Kidd goes to the foul line for the Polar Bears, and he will be shooting free throws for the first time. He has scored 14 points this season. First free throw is up, and it is off the front of the rim, no good. So Kidd shoots one more. He's a 6'5" senior. Wears the brightest shoes on the floor. Second one is up, and it is good. And Fairmont now leads 68-31. Lincoln with the ball. We're down to 2 minutes to go in the game. Keller across the center line. Bounce pass comes on the near side. That's Perrine. Can't get in as he takes it down to the baseline. Now against Cumberledge, puts it up, no good. Rebound poked around, and Cumberledge comes away with it. Bring it up court. Gets it to Chandra. Chandra drives down inside, then gets it back outside to Cumberledge on the left wing. Claybrook. Claybrook, right wing Chandra. Chandra, top of the key. Cumberledge, left wing Gilmore. Down inside to Kidd. Back to the basket. Now left corner Claybrook. Another three-point shot. It's in and out, no good. Kidd rebounds. His follow, no good. Gets another rebound and a whistle and a floor foul called against the Cougars. That'll be Antoine Hilliard getting the foul again. Fairmont will bring it in from under its basket. Chandra to get it in. Chandra, bounce pass comes to Claybrook. Claybrook back to Chandra, deep left corner. Back outside now to Gilmore. Where's 0-0? Right wing. Claybrook, top of the key to Chandra. Into the lane. Lays it up, no good. A blocking foul called against the Cougars. And it's going to go against Maddox Perrine. At the foul line will be Dalen Chandra. He has shot just 2 foul shots this season. He's 1 for 2. And he has 2 shots at the line now, and this one's off the right side of the rim, no good. Chandra has 3 points tonight on 1 3-point basket in the reserves column. Chandra has a 3, Cumberledge has a 3, and Claybrook has a 3. And now Chandra has a free throw. He makes it. Fairmont leads at 69-31. Minute 5 to go. Keller brings it up. Keller getting a 5 count. Bounces it back now to Hilliard. Lanham in the left wing. Top of the key to Perrine. Shoots over Cumberledge from 3, no good. And the rebound comes to Claybrook. Claybrook gets it up to Gilmore. Into the front court with 44 seconds to go. Right corner Chandra. 3-point shot off the rim. Rebound comes to Claybrook, and he brings it back outside. Claybrook on the left wing, Cumberledge. Left corner, Chandra. Chandra back to Cumberledge. Right wing, Gilmore. High post, Kidd. Kidd, left wing, Chandra. Another three-point shot. This one's just grazes the rim, no good. And the rebound goes to Cumberledge and can't hang on to it. It's out of bounds to the Cougars with 24 seconds to go. So Lincoln with the ball as time is running out here at the Fairmont Fieldhouse, down to 16 seconds as Keller gets it. Bounce pass comes to Lanham on the left wing. 10 seconds to go. Perrine hands it off to Lanham. Lanham puts one up from 12. No good. Rebound knocked around. Controlled by Keller. Keller with 1 second to go throws it up off the glass at the buzzer. Kidd has the rebound at the buzzer. And the ball game is over. And the Fairmont senior winning streak goes to 11 as Fairmont beats the Lincoln Cougars tonight. The final score, Fairmont senior 69, Lincoln 31. The wrap-up coming up next on 93.1 WFGM. 2 minutes. Another win for the Polar Bears. This one rather easy, 69-31 victory over the Lincoln Cougars. Let's check the final scoring in this game. First of all, for Fairmont, 4 players reached double figures. Leading the way was Deshaun Good with 8 twos, 2 for 3 at the line, 18. 13 points for Andre Grant. He had 11 in the first half. He finished with 4 twos, 1 3, 2 for 2 at the line. Zykeas Dobbs had 11 points on 4 twos, 3 for 4 at the foul line. Connor Gower also chipped in 11. He had 1, 2, 3 threes. Off the bench, Nayland Chandra, 1 3, 1 for 2 at the line, 4. 3 points for Trey Cumberledge on a 3-point basket. The same for Darrell Claybrook on a 3. Lane Kidd, 1 for 2 at the foul line, 1. Jaleel Law, 1 basket, 2 points. And Latique Williams, 2 baskets for 4. On the Lincoln side, leading the way was Braden Edgel. He had 8 points in the second half, 5 in the first, to finish with 5 baskets, 1 3, 5 twos, 1 3, 13 points. 6 points for Aiden Rice, 3 points for Jace Brooks. David Burdett had 2. Noah Sears had 2. Riley Lanham had 2. And Nathan Swiger had 3. Team totals, Fairmont 20 2-point baskets. Lincoln had 12. The Polar Bears had 7 threes. The Cougars just 2. At the foul line, Fairmont 9 of 13. Lincoln 1 of 4. Fairmont wins it 69-31. The Polar Bears led throughout this game, 35-16 at halftime, and they win it by a 38-point margin. Fairmont's record is now 11-0, 9-0 in conference play. The Cougars dropped to 6-8 overall, 4-5 in the conference. Next time out, it'll be a home game for Lincoln against the North Marion Huskies. That will be next Tuesday night. The same night, the Polar Bears will be playing at home against the Grafton Bearcats. So that is going to wrap things up tonight from the Fieldhouse in Fairmont, where the Polar Bears have extended their winning streak to 11 straight games. I'm Jeff Carpenter. Goodbye for now. Final score again tonight. The Fairmont Polar Bears 69 and the Lincoln Cougars 31.